Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to the Sports Shop 27. I'm your host, Jermaine Coulter. And to my far right, I got my main man, KJ, Kevin Johnson, former Cleveland
Right.
cornerback, 1999 to 2002. And today's
Yeah.
special guest, we have Army football player in the house tonight. He's a former Army
Right.
player, currently plays for Orlando Predator in the AFL. Played with Green Bay for a while and some other teams. This guy right here was shut down corner in college football at Army until an injury, but he still prevailed and ended up playing professional. Y'all help me give it up for
I'm with
Mr.
it, man.
Joshua Jenkins. What's going on, Josh?
That's well, man.
Not
What's up?
much. I'm doing all right. How about you guys?
You're doing pretty good, man. Thanks for
Doing
coming
well,
on the
man.
show. And for the people that don't know you,
Welcome.
Joshua, let them know who you are and a little bit about your background.
I'm Josh Jenkins. I'm originally from Bay Area, California, Pittsburgh, California to be specific.
Right.
That's where I was born and raised. Hardly home, always repping though. You know how that goes.
Oh
I
yeah.
got to get back there soon, but I grew up there. My whole family's from Oakland, California, pretty much. I'm real acquainted down there. I was a Raider fan growing up. That was always my thing. I love the Raiders, still do, even though they left us. RIP. I'm still a fan, but I'll be there for
Yeah.
everything that they got going on.
Yeah.
Hey, and if they want to give me a call, they can give me a call too, like that. But hey, you never know. I stay ready. But yeah,
Yeah.
from there, went to De La Salle High School. Decided to go to Army after that. So built a successful career, in my opinion, and I think some other people's opinion. It's been a lot of resilience, a lot of fight, a lot of obstacles, but I'm still here, so I'm excited about it. Yeah,
I'm glad you came on the show, man. And
yeah,
you also a state champion in high
yeah.
school.
3 time, 3 time.
See? Right.
Three times. For
Yeah.
sure, man. For sure, man. That's good. Hey, so what age you start playing sports, and what sport was your first love growing up in California?
Honestly, I tell people this all the time. Basketball was my first love. I thought I was gonna be the next combo point guard, Chris Paul. Who I thought I was better than all those boys. And
Yeah.
I had my opportunities in basketball, but when I started playing football, I remember I started football young, started basketball at 3, but I started football around 6. And I remember just how easy the game came to me. It was effortless. And I remember going, dang, this is easy too. I still put a lot of time into basketball, but I remember in high school when I made the decision football was my sport. And I remember never looking back and going, yeah, I made a really good decision. And like I said, it came easy. Obviously, it doesn't mean it was easy the whole time. But ever since then, I remember going, basketball may be my first love, but football was definitely my passion. Yeah.
Okay. So who influenced you to play sports? I know you said football was the first sport
Uh,
that you played. Was it a cousin or brother or a relative or somebody that played it professional?
Honestly, I think I was just very competitive, and my parents they grew me up to be an athlete. My
Mhm.
mom is my first coach. Shout out to Tracy. She killed it. She was my flag football, soccer, basketball coach. She did everything for me, and I think when it became a little bit competitive, that's when my dad stepped in, and he became my coach until high school, and that's when we really started putting a lot more work in, detailed into the work. It wasn't as it's always fun. Don't get me wrong. It's always fun, but it
Hmm.
became more, let's see how good I can get at this. And that was where I got a lot from my dad. His work ethic and the time he put into me allowed me to understand the time I need to put into myself for a lot of stuff I wanted to do. So when I look back thinking about who was my influences getting into sports, it was definitely my parents. I would also say my cousin Justin Walmsley. He was pretty much my big brother. As an only child, I only had my cousins, so like Justin was my guy. I hung out with him late nights, NCAA football. He's yelling at me to
Yeah.
get the calls right, get the defense right, make sure I'm running the plays right. He made me super competitive, and I always wanted to be like him. So it was always fun being around him. He was also a really big push for me to get really competitive in sports.
Okay.
Man, good
Uh,
stuff, man. Hey, so did you play on Pop Warner League or any travel league in your
Oh yeah, I
younger
was definitely
years?
I was Pop Warner. Pop Warner until high school. I went what were we? Started as the East Bay Eagles. I think we ended up turning into the Pittsburgh Pirates. And that was fun. So the first 2 years I was a straight linebacker. That's where I got my nickname, Cat Daddy. We used to practice before
All
all the
right.
big lights used to come out. Like when it got dark, it got dark, and we still had to get conditioning done. But I remember the coaches started calling me Cat Daddy because I had a big helmet. I was playing up. I was only 6. I was playing like with 8-year-olds, but I was starting
Yeah.
at linebacker. And they used to say all they could see at night was a big helmet and just piercing eyes. I had some big eyes when I was younger, so
All
they
right.
started calling me Cat Daddy. And I'm pretty sure everybody in my city, Pittsburgh, they know me as Cat Daddy. They don't know Josh or Jay Twice. I think they still go like, "Who's that?" But you say Cat Daddy, and people are like, "Oh, I know Cat Daddy. That's Cat Daddy down there." So yeah, that was always fun. Learning Pop Warner was the most fun. I always go back to that. That's where obviously you learn football, but like that's where I was really like, this is what I want to do, type thing. Yeah.
Okay,
Cool, man.
cool. Yeah. So you played Pop Warner all the way up until high school. You
Yeah.
didn't play any middle school sports?
Oh, I played every middle school sport. I'm not
Oh,
gonna lie about that. Like, there wasn't a sport when I tell my kids that I train right now, there is no specialization back in the day. It was you're an athlete, you play everything. You do everything you can. You got time, why not? And I was basketball, football, baseball. Man, I got into volleyball a little bit, just getting my jumps up. I've done it
okay.
all. I tell my kids all the time, I don't think there's a sport I haven't tried. I've done cricket. I was in Australia doing cricket for a little bit, so
But
it's all over the place. I
Oh
love
wow,
showing
man.
off my athletic talent. Obviously, I think obviously all my kids out there, school comes first. We can talk about that later. Your brain power is everything. They can't take that away from you. But if you got athletic talent, use it. Why not? It's a
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
blessing.
true,
Not
man.
everybody can do what you get to do all the time. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, good
Mhm.
stuff, man.
yeah.
Hey, so let's talk about your first year in high school playing football.
Yeah.
Did you play
Mhm.
right away?
So I went to a high-powered high school. I'm not gonna lie about it. I went to De La Salle. That was always my goal. I think I saw
Yeah.
them play Poly back in '01, '02. I think that was those huge games. And I was
Mhm.
at the California Coliseum watching it. And I remember going, man.
When
And my dad's from LA, so he was rooting for Poly. And as a
All right.
competitor, I'm going, well, if you're rooting for that team, I'm rooting for the other team. And then I got to see them beat up on Poly. And I barely remember the game, but I remember just seeing them on the field and going, man, I got to get to De La Salle. I got to get to De La Salle. I remember telling my mom in like 3rd grade, I'm going to De La Salle. That's where I'm going. And she was like, hey, if you got your mindset on it, we can help you out. We will push you there, but you got to work. And I remember working. So like when I got there, it was a big deal. Coming from middle school, De La Salle, I knew the history. Like they don't lose, including the Bay
Yeah.
Area teams, North California teams. They don't lose. I got there. I was tiny. I came from middle school. I thought I was like medium sized a little bit. I was like, all right, like I'll be good. I got to high school. I think they weighed us in height measurements the first day. I was 5'3", 130. I'm looking around going, oh, high school a little different. I remember being big dog. I was a
Yeah.
quarterback doing all this. I went to their
Uh-huh.
camps. I was balling, and I remember looking around, going like, "All right, may take a little time, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna get there." I knew I needed. And my freshman year, I started my freshman team. That was fun. I think we lost one game to one of our local rivals, and only lost one other game for the rest of my career from there. And I remember that was a big deal for us. Freshman at De La Salle, not as important, but the coaching staff there, they're huge on building from the ground up. They say all the time, we used to get told we were recruiting. And they said if we recruit it, we recruit the worst players then because we don't see what's happening. And they were right about that because they put us to work. I don't think there's a summer workout that I've done since high school that's been as hard as that. And I tell everybody that's where I really
Yeah.
grew into what I could do. So freshman year at De La Salle was an experience that I haven't forgot. I haven't forgot. Yeah.
so when you say Poly, you talking about Long Beach Polytech?
Yes, sir. Long Beach Poly. A
Okay,
lot
okay,
famous there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
Snoop.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
Stoops High School. So
Yes, yes, yes.
play
Yeah.
against Cordell.
I no, I didn't get Cordell. I didn't do any of that. I was a little bit older than that. I didn't get that. I never got Poly. I got Crenshaw though, and that's
Okay,
when they had the Anthony Thomas. That was my sophomore year.
yeah.
Uh, I still tell people to this day, fastest person I ever see on the field. Don't make
What
sense.
I'm talking about? He like lightning in a bottle,
Yeah,
man.
that was one of the times as a sophomore. I'm not playing a lot yet, but I remember being on the sideline. I was going, Man, I hope I don't go in yet. I don't think I'm ready for that.
Well,
He was a different breed. That was his senior
I
year,
ain't
and that was
ready.
the first time I was like, I
Yeah.
got some work to do. Second time I was looking around, I got some work to do. I got some work to do. You always gotta
Oh
look
yeah,
for
man.
something and find your next step. And he was one of the guys where I went, I guess I'm running track again this year. Guess
cool.
so.
Yeah. Yeah. Get
Yeah,
that speed up. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
So he played running back or wide receiver.
He was a running back.
Okay.
Sophomore year, state championship. So I'll take us to the week before state championship. I'm watching film and going, man, they got three dogs. Like they had three running backs that I had never seen before. Speed, power, they had the whole mix. And I remember when we got to the game, I'm looking at D'Anthony. I'm going, all right, well, you about 180, 185. By that time, I had grown a little bit. I'm like, all right, I played St. Thomas Aquinas before. I'm not all that. Don Bosco, we've seen that. But he touched the ball. He had three touches, two touchdowns, and I think about 120 yards. And I
Yeah.
remember looking at one of my boys, one of the best athletes I've ever seen. He was playing safety. DeAnthony Thomas burst through the hole, second level within a second. And I see my boy coming down. I was like, all right, we at least make a tackle. He made one cut. It was a blur. It was a blur. Like it was amazing. He made one cut, went for 60. I'm looking at the rest of the team going, I don't know if we gonna win this one. Like this may be it. And I'm not gonna lie, we got a little lucky. He hurt his ankle on a long touchdown run that he had to save
Whoa.
that we had. Like he rolled his ankle saving the touchdown run. And he didn't
Mhm.
come back in the game. And I remember going, all right, we may have a shot. We may have a shot. And we ended up pulling it out. I think we still would have got him without him, but like at the same time, I think he would have loved to play in that game. Show a little something, but I'm
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
take this.
sure.
I'm gonna take the state championship ring. I'm gonna take the ring on that one.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
So Nate, go
Hey
ahead.
man,
Cut.
so
Yeah.
yeah, playing high school football in California. Who was the competition in the area?
We had our local competition, San Ramon Valley. We had Monte Vista, Bellarmine from San Jose. I think was our biggest rivals, such as coming from a pedigree of like they had a lot of same coaches. Our coaches were friends. They ran the same
Mhm.
system, so they knew a lot about how to play us. I think we played them our senior year, and it was a tough game. Came down to overtime, and like that would have been the first game we lost to North Carolina since like 90. I mean Northern California since like 91. So that overtime game, we were like, thank goodness we pulled that out. But I know those three teams a lot. But I'm also not gonna lie, at De La Salle, it's you win section championship or nothing. And we definitely were gonna win section. It was about who down Southern California we were gonna play in state. I knew that was always the question because we were gonna get to section championship, win it out. But who in Southern California were we gonna play? So I saw uh, Long Beach Poly, Crenshaw, Servite, Mater Day. That was a big deal too.
Hey,
Mhm.
Westlake. I mean, as much as I love Northern California football, I think we play a little bit more defense up there. Southern California, they got some athletes and they put speed on the field. So we always had to stay ready for teams like that. So I would say, as much as we did like our local teams, we always look forward to the Southern California teams such as Poly, Servite, Westlake, teams like that. That was fun to play them when it came down to the championships.
all right.
Okay.
Well, I got some highlights I want to share with the people for everybody that's
All
watching.
right.
Please
Yeah.
subscribe to our channel. We have former Army cornerback, and he plays with the Orlando Predators in the AFL, Joshua
Yes.
Jenkins. All right.
Yeah.
Follow us on Spotify, Deezer, Facebook, and Instagram. Stay with us, Josh. We don't own
No
the rights
worries.
to this video as well. Okay.
All right. All right.
Yes, sir. We back.
Yeah,
Wow.
man.
Got a
Some
couple
good, some good
flashbacks now.
highlights.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was crazy. I haven't seen that in forever. I haven't
You played
seen
a
that
yeah,
little
in
bit
forever.
man.
of FIFA too, didn't you?
Yeah, that was good because that was my junior year highlights. I never made a senior year, so that was cool to see. I didn't realize how small I was.
Yeah,
That was
man.
cool to
Hey,
see, though.
you
Yeah,
made some great, you made some great tackles. You know what
I
I'm saying?
appreciate
So,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
How many,
Yep.
how many tackles you had? Like your whole career in high school. I mean, it seemed like
I don't know my
it'd
high
be
school,
a lot.
but I know I was always physical because like I told you, I started as a linebacker, so tackling was never really a problem. I think even in high school, I think I had to work on throwing my weight a little bit more. I got better at that as senior year came, and that was fun and
Mhm.
stuff. At first, I was just like, I thought I could just tackle, wrap up, but like as I learned, it was a little bit more than that. But it was a good situation. Yeah, they definitely harped on high school. They didn't play that. We had to complete our tackles, so like we had a lot of drills for that. It was something we were big on. So like I say, up in Northern California, we had to learn how to tackle real quick. Defense is bigger up there, I would say. Not saying Southern California before they all come kill me about defense and stuff. I'm saying they know we play a little bit tougher up there. I'll let them do all their fly offense and stuff. But when we came down, they always knew they were gonna have to if they could score. I'll say that if they could score on us,
Yeah.
Okay.
they were gonna have to work for it.
So I'll talk
Yeah,
about
most
your
definitely.
team a little bit.
Yeah.
Like how many players did you play that go D1 or go to the NFL? I know you guys.
I definitely had my senior year. I think about six of us went D1. I think one guy kind of fell through with injury, but we had Bart Houston, Wisconsin commit. We had Michael Barton, Cal, LSU. I think Cal, Arizona. He had committed a few places. We had Joe Teo. He was going to go to Washington State. I think his knee kind of held him back, but that was my boy there. Myself, we had Anthony, our receiver. He was a great receiver. Ended up going to UNLV. So we had some players out there, definitely. And I think we had one more lineman who ended up. He didn't end up going for football, but he was a Cal rugby player. So we had some ballers. We could definitely line up with a lot of people.
Your punt returner get a scholarship?
Punt returner, oh man, the way I was blocking for him, I don't know. I was giving him some open lanes there, but yeah, he definitely did get a scholarship. Devin, he went to Duquesne. Ended up going to Duquesne. Yeah,
Okay.
he had a good career too.
Cool, cool.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Hey, talk about being state champs, 3 times in a
Oh,
row. I know that was,
man, it was an amazing feeling. So, like I said, my sophomore year, I didn't play a lot. Didn't get to play against Crenshaw, but it was fun to be able to see people like who did I play with? Teron Ward. He ended up being an NFL running back. He was on our team. Him going both ways, like he was going both ways in high school, and I was a good corner, and I thought I could be out there, but he was taking that corner position. His dad was a coach, and I saw the way he worked. And I was like, I need that. I need whatever he got. So it was good to watch him play. And then our junior year, that's when I started starting. Who did we play? We ended up playing Servite in the state championship. That was nice. We held them to 7. They were being touted as the De La Salle of the South. So I think we had to come down there, shut that down a little bit, make sure they knew they were still the little brothers, even though they were coming up a little bit. I heard they're still all right, but they ain't us. And then
yeah,
I
yeah.
believe Westlake my senior year, and we ended up, I think we were national champs my junior year. We ended up being top 5 or top 6 my senior year. And I just got word not even a month ago that both of those teams, my junior senior year, were going in Dale South Hall of Fame. We did some things. So my junior year, we were natty champs, so that was good. And then my senior year, our defense, we gave up less than 8 points a game. And that's what I think we gave up 7.8. And that's what when we played Westlake, they were scoring 35 a game down in Southern California. And I'm not gonna lie, we watched the tape, they were balling. And then we played them. We had the first and only shutout in California State Championship history. We blanked them 35-0. They were averaging 35. We scored 35. They scored 0. So I think that's something to tip your cap to. And again, we had a lot of competition everywhere we played, but I think when it came to state games, our level of detail, our level of work, I didn't think there was many teams that were going to be able to play with us. And I think that was proven over time. Teams are definitely catching up to De La Salle in a sense of like they understand the work they got to put in. And
Hmm.
I look back at my high school all the time to see how they're doing. There's teams that I would say took our blueprint and they're implementing it. And I understand it. Hey, if you can't beat them, join them. And I think one of the best things about De La Salle is we haven't strayed from our path. And I think we're still winning a lot. Nah, I know we're still winning a lot. We're still bringing them great players.
All
Players
right.
are going to great schools still. So I love where I learned how to play. I tell a lot of people I didn't become a man in high school, but I knew how to be a man in high school, and that was one of the biggest things we learned from our coaches. They kept us on a tight ship, and it was more about us becoming great people instead of great football players. And I think becoming a
Okay.
great person first makes you exponentially greater as a football player. Yeah.
That's great.
Good
All
stuff.
right. Talk about your recruiting process, man. Before you went to your recruits, did you play in any All Star games or anything like that? Under
Yeah.
Armour. Okay.
Yeah, I definitely played an All-Star game. I was Bay Area versus Sacramento, so a little NorCal rivalry. Uh, Killed it. It was easy for me. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think there was any receiver that could ball with me at that time. But I will say this: I was severely under recruited. Um, severely under recruited happens. Can't get mad at that situation. You got to find the best of your situation. I went all state my senior year. All state, Division One, all state, max preps. Um, I mean, I think I had less than 15 catches on me all year. Like it was, I remember my senior year, it was easy. I should have made a tape for that too, but I thought I already knew where I was going. I planned on going to Arizona. Arizona was pretty much telling me they're about to offer me. It got quiet. They got fired. I didn't hear back from them like until a month later. I know the coach I was talking to ended up going to Colorado State. He hit me late. I was on visits while he was hitting me up, and I think I made a decision for not only football but also my future. So I picked Army because it was D1 football. I saw Stanford on the schedule a few times, and I was like, I want that. I want that challenge. And I could have went D1 AA to some schools. I could have pushed for Colorado State, but I was like, Army puts me in a good situation, and also there it was a lot. I wanted to make my parents proud. I knew we weren't going to be able to pay for college. We weren't going to be able to pay for college, and it was either JUCO or you get a scholarship. And I told my mom I'm not getting a job in high school, and she said if you're not getting a job in high school, you better get A's and you better get a scholarship. And I was like, I can make that. I can do that. And I
Yeah.
was very happy to be able to show my mom that I was a West Point. I was able to go become a cadet in one of the premier institutions, not only in the country, in the world. And being accepted into that was a big deal. I love what it did for me. They always say you'll never get the brothers you grew up with. But my boys that will
Mhm.
be in my wedding, I met them all at West Point. And it's all love for West Point. And I love that I went there. And of course, I do wish I would have got recruited highly, but everything happens for a reason. And I will say, when I look back at that all state board with all the recruits, I was with, I think, Sue Craven, um, Michael Barden, he was my teammate. There's one guy I'm missing. He's a great linebacker. Shaq Thompson, he was on the all state. So I'm looking at LSU. They got all the college commits on the side. LSU, Bama, Cal, Arizona. And then you see Army. Everybody used to hit me up like, dang, Army's up there. I was like, I'm gonna make them proud though. Like I still got my name up there. I'm still proud of how my high school career ended. I got 3 state championships, a scholarship, and there's not much more I can complain about there. Like, did I
Yeah.
want more? Yeah, but I got everything I needed, and I'm still playing. And I see everybody on that list, and I think there's only like 2 or 3 of us still playing. So I think I'm proud of the route I took. Definitely.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
for sure, man. Good stuff, man. Hey,
Yeah.
talk about your first year at Army. Did you
Oh,
redshirt or did you play right away?
they kind of had us in a red search situation because they have a prep school where they kind of put a lot of the athletes in. I had the grades and the test scores to go right in, but they put us in a prep school to make sure we understand what we're getting into. Um, it was a smart thing to do because at first I did want to leave. Then I called my mom, and my mom was like, "Hey, stick it out. You made a decision. They were the first ones there for you. Try to figure it out." And I did. I went to a big school after my redshirt season, my freshman year. So my rep school redshirt season, we still played prep schools, fifth year schools, college prep schools, stuff like that. Had a great
Okay.
year. I was very angry because I wanted to play the big dogs at a big level. The
Yeah.
next year, my freshman year, I would say my redshirt freshman year, I was starting, and I never looked back from there. And I started with one of my other brothers, Chris Carnegie. He was also from the Bay. I knew him. I ran track against him in high school, so it was cool. We had that Bay connection, but we became the
Yeah.
stars from that point, and I didn't look back. I knew some juniors and seniors wanted that spot, and I became really close to them. But I was like, "That's my spot," and you guys gotta know that. Yeah, that's my spot.
Got Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Definitely.
All right. So I got some highlights. I'm gonna go ahead and show this clip. You
Yeah.
interview with someone. For everybody that's watching, make sure you subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Hit that notification button. We are former Army football cornerback and now Orlando Predator AFL corner Joshua Jenkins. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and get into this clip. I don't own the rights. Stay with us, Josh.
Okay.
And Josh, you got a chance to play quite a bit in your freshman year. What did you learn from that experience, getting thrown into the mix that you can take into this year and improve your game?
I just learned a lot about leadership and the things I learned from Jeffrey Bacon, Hayden Pierce, Chris Carney. It just really taught me how to be a leader outside of football and within football, and it's really helped with the freshman year this year.
What's more difficult for you, pass defense or stopping the running play where you got to deal with those big linemen coming at you?
Well, I like to think I'm great at everything that pertains to being a corner. So pass defense, run stop, and I like to do everything.
Very good. Now tell us about what you are studying academically here at West Point.
Well, I haven't declared my major yet, but I plan on being an economics major or engineering management. So,
Very good. How do you manage your time?
I manage my time by doing a lot of film, a lot of homework, football, Netflix, a little of that. So,
Okay, we got to have some fun. Josh Jenkins, I just want to wish you the best on starting your sophomore season. I know you're going to play a lot of football for the Army football team this year.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Josh Jenkins, our best wishes. Ken Kreitzer for Sons of the American Legion Radio at West Point.
All right.
Yeah. Throwback.
Yeah, that's great. I haven't seen that in forever. I was a
Yeah.
little nervous on the camera at that point.
Yeah.
You know, changed up a little bit on him.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you go in that sophomore year, man. Your stomach got the butterflies. I know you coming out in the tunnel. Talk about that day from beginning to end. I'm talking about breakfast, your routine, how you warmed up, like getting ready. Did you lay your jersey out in the locker room before
Yeah.
thing? You put
Look
it
at the
on.
cleats. Yeah.
Your routine.
Yeah. I had a
Yeah.
little routine. I wasn't too much, but I know the day of I had to take a long shower, visualize in the shower. I like to see the plays I know I can make in the shower
Mhm.
first. I come out. I mean, I brush my teeth for like 10 minutes. I don't know why, because I was like, I'm gonna be on camera. So I'm gonna be ready. I'll be ready. I'm
So,
gonna be on camera. I had to
yeah.
do my face and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
we would always have a team meal, team meetings before, but I remember one thing I always did. I'm on the bus. I'm listening to my music, but I got Money Trees on replay. Once I hit the bus, Money Trees by Kendrick Lamar, right there.
Yeah.
Boom. Good
All
Kid,
right.
Mad City. Replay, because I knew what I wanted. Money Money Tree's the perfect place for shades. I knew I wanted to make some money off the game I played, so I was always in that mood. And then I would get in the locker room. I'm chill. I'm not like super rowdy. As I've gotten older, I'm a little bit more boastful and stuff like that. But again, I'm still chill. I am me. I don't try to act any other way. I'm just chilling in the locker room. People can be playing music. I'm doing my own thing. I'm like grabbing snacks,
So Josh, you
chilling. Just
play on the empty
yeah.
stomach?
What was that?
You play on the empty stomach?
No, I had to eat a lot at breakfast. That's what I did. I had to fill up at breakfast, the team breakfast. But for lunch, nah, I wasn't doing a lot of snacks.
Yeah,
Like
it's
after
like
that, it was just banana, maybe some fruit, a bunch of trail mix, stuff like that, little gummies. I need some candy before the game. I don't know why that calms me down. The candy is my thing before games. I would fill up on that. Can't play on an empty stomach, but yeah, I had to learn that the hard way. I'm not gonna lie. When I got the Pro Bowl, I was like, I want to be lean, like stay lean. I was like, dang, I'm starving at halftime. I can't be doing all that. Yeah,
Wow.
so I had to change that up. But college, it was get in the locker room, chill out, put some headphones on, relax, go through the plays, the formations you know they like, know where you're supposed to be making plays, handle your
yeah.
111. That was always in my mind. I got that from high school. Handle your 111. All right. You can't make every play. You do what you're supposed to do, you're doing the right thing. You do what you're supposed to do, that's better for the team. I can't play hero ball, including that corner. So it was a lot of just focus on what I had to do and then work for the team. So again, I'm very chill, but I'm not gonna lie. Army's atmosphere for a home game, that is pretty live. Mikey Stadium, there's not much like it. I'll say that. They got the bagpipes coming out. You're listening to something classic, and I'm going crazy. Like I'm always last person out. I gotta be the last person out the tunnel. Like that was just my thing. Like some people like to lead from the front. I'm the leader that likes to see all my people get across the bridge, and then I'll be there, act like big dog, stuff like that. So that was always fun. Yeah.
All right, cool. Yo,
Yeah. Hey, so playing for Army, who was the competition in the conference?
So we were independent, but we always knew we had Navy on the schedule. I knew my freshman sophomore year, Stanford was on the schedule. I loved. Obviously, I wanted to show Stanford they made some mistakes because I was right around the corner. So I had to make
Yeah.
sure about that. First pick against Stanford, by the way. That was their top 10 team that year. They had Kevin Hogan, Tyler Gaffney, Ty Montgomery. They were balling that year, and I think Kevin Hogan only threw 3 picks on the year. I was one of them. So you can always remember that, Kevin. Stuff like that. Yeah, and that was my first collegiate pick. My mom was there. I was hyped. It was at home. I was like, I got my first pick against a team that missed out on me. That was big for me.
Yeah.
And
That was.
I mean, after my freshman year, it was downhill. I had great freshman year, great sophomore year. But as far as rivals, Navy, I never got to beat them. They were kicking our butts. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
They had some ballers. I think the leading touchdown guy of all time, or at least he was until recently. I think Keenan Reynolds. He ran the triple option like a machine. He didn't make mistakes. And I remember playing him and going like, man, he may not be better than me individually, but he whooping our butts. Like, can't complain. Like, can't say too much when he's running the offense that pristine. So I gave it to him. Yeah.
all right, cool. So we got some
Yeah.
highlights. We'll get into that.
Oh
Show
yeah, we about to go crazy on these then.
on the college level.
Yeah.
I just watch. Make sure y'all subscribe to our channel. We got Army football and AFL cornerback, Mr. Joshua Jenkins. All right, he's from Pittsburgh, California. Let's go ahead and get into it. Everybody, do not own the rights to this video. Stay with us, Joshua.
Watch this go crazy.
For the first time this season, the Black Knights of Army onto the playing surface for Army. Army still running the triple option, folks. There's some different twists. They put it on the ground. Ball came loose. It's recovered by Buffalo. They got to the football. Army with a good drive here after a fumble. 2 plays into their first offensive possession. Dixon again, real estate. Larry Dixon breaks free. Touchdown Army. First of 2014 from 23 yards. Angel looking to put it up. Got a man wide open. Raymond Maples inside of the 20. Stiff arm taken down. Lester made the tackle, but a huge chunk play for Army. First down, Black Knights. It's rolling. 39-yard pickup, toss near side. Put the shoulder down. They say touchdown. Giovanelli takes it in. 4-yard Army touchdown. Licata 8 for 14 to this point. Throws one, intercepted. Carnegie's there. Chris Carnegie's got it back the other way. Inside of the 10. Army's in business with 34 seconds. Where he's from. Second down from the 6. Raymond Maples to the corner. Touchdown Army. Maples rewarded with a touchdown run. It's 20-3 Army. Licata takes a look, fires, intercepted. Josh Jenkins has got it. He's got one. Carnegie's got one. Bateman, the defensive coordinator, said those are our best 2 guys. They have been starters since day 1 of his freshman year last year. Here's a handoff. Here goes the senior out of Bremerton, Washington. Larry Dixon marches in for the Army. Touchdown. By 25 points. But I'm with you, partner. They got to clean it up. Licata fires, catch me, touchdown Buffalo. They go to the senior, Devin Hughes. You tell us yesterday there were 12 members of his family that that are coaches. Pretty impressive. Here goes Baggett up the gut. Terry Baggett is going to tote the rock in as he marches in for an Army touchdown. 41 yards for Baggett. As well, Carnegie had the first. Jenkins had one here in the third quarter. He got wiped out. Did Jenkins there on a block. Here goes Buffalo. They're going to take this one in for the touchdown. Goes Marcus McGill as he houses one with 1:54 to go on a 65-yard play. The leaders, the great students, the great athletes. Angel Santiago is one of them. He dives in for the touchdown. Nakata, 213 he's thrown for, looking to the air. He's got 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, make it 3 by number 3, Josh Jenkins. How's that for on cue, Mr. Jenkins? His second pick. 29-yard pickup. Giacinta bangs his way to the goal line and in for the Army touchdown. A short march, but they're in again. 46-17, a 4-yard run.
Over 300 pounds, all-conference player.
Yep. J.J. Watt. And as well as Khalil Mack. Here goes Devin Campbell trying to get to the pylon. Extended the arm. They signal touchdown, but this one you can be certain they're going to look at. They look at all scoring plays. So from the 2. Licata to the end zone. He fires it in there, and the catch made by Marcus McGill. 2nd and goal. Licata dumped off over the middle, caught towards the goal line, diving in. Devin Campbell's in there for the touchdown. Ball game. Army stops him on 4th and 3. Joy in the core of cadets. Jeff Monken's team, with 30 seconds remaining, will come out, put this one away.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Man, thank you.
2
The
picks.
first person that came on our show.
Yeah.
2 picks in the same game.
Yeah, that's 2 to start the year right there.
I
Yeah.
think you and Jacoby Durant, because he had 2 against Clemson. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, man. So playing football on the college level, what coverage you enjoy the most?
That's a good question.
Honestly, yeah, that's a great question. I was a backside corner, so I was in one-on-one situations a lot. So, I mean, I'd say cover 3, because even in cover 3, I was playing man. It was backside, so like they put a lot of responsibility on me as a sophomore. I think not only did I earn it, I wanted it. I wanted a lot of responsibility. I want them to build a defense around me, and I think my coach put me in situations where he could do that. So I'd say the cover 3 man backside, anything in that sense. Like, I mean, if it was one-on-one, it was one-on-one. Like, if I had 2 receivers on my side, I would think about maybe like a palms coverage, but most of the time I had 1. So just put me in a situation where I get to lock this guy up. I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Dang, so most of the time you on the island, you ain't no safety help.
Oh, there was no safety help from my side. My coach used to tell me that all the time. It was we're shading to the other side. So hey, earn your money. I was like, I can do that.
Yeah.
I can definitely do that. Yeah.
All right. So, man.
So, in your conference, I know it's some rankings, and then, you go to a bowl game. Talk about bowl season. How many times did you go to a bowl game?
My class went to 2 bowl games. We ended up going to 2 bowl games. That was a fun situation for our class. A lot of teams before us didn't get to experience that, so it was an honor to be able to make sure our class got that done. And we were the first class to beat Navy. I left that year before it happened, but like I remember being able to be there for my team because I came back for that. I came back for that game, and I was able to celebrate with them, be in the locker room with them after the game. Like, even the coach was like, you coming in the locker room. I was like, I was coming in regardless. Like, you guys were about to stop me. So that was a fun situation for them. It was good to be able to see that. But I feel my class ushered in a new time for Army. That win right there, that Buffalo win, was the first win for Coach Jeff Monken. And I think now they'll probably build a statue for that man now. I mean, we butted heads at first. I think we both had big egos about what we wanted from our football careers. And I always look back and go, what he did for me was allow me to grow up faster than I expected. And I I am honored to have been in that situation with him, and I'm happy that I was able to be in that situation with him. And it made me grow, and it taught me a lot about myself, a lot of stuff I need to correct, a lot of stuff that I was good with. Not everything's negative, so there was a lot of good things I got from the situation, but there was stuff that I also need to correct. And it was good to be able to have that situation happen early in my life because it could have happened a lot later, and I wouldn't be here now. Yeah.
Sure, man. Hey, so coming out of college, did you try for the NFL before you started playing arena football?
Yeah. I had some looks. Coming off, I had an injury going into my junior year. Situation where a teammate and we didn't really get into it, but he was mad about a certain situation happened where I got caught up in between. My head hit concrete, so I was out for a little bit. I had to sit out that year. That was a tough situation. They had cleared me, but again, they had to be cautious with the situation.
Yeah.
So from that, I was able to talk to Army. We came to a mutual decision where I was able to leave and pursue my career in football due to that injury. And I had some colleges. I was supposed to be on that UCF undefeated team. We had a former coach go down there, but stuff happened. Army called and said you can't initially enroll in there. So by the time they allowed me to do it, it was already too late. I missed out on that. So I had to make a decision. I knew some teams were looking for me, but it had been a long time since I had played, about a year and a half, 2 years. I knew Miami, the Jets agent had called our DB coach thinking like, hey, we need a replacement for Darrell Revis when he gets older. I remember hearing that and going like, damn, that's crazy that they could talk like this about me and stuff. But again, like taking those 2 years off from football were tough. So I came down to Florida, worked with Coach Tom Shaw, where he works with a lot of guys, a lot of famous guys. I think some of his famous Rod Woodson, Calvin Johnson. He's had everybody. Derrick Henry's been there with him. Like Dak Prescott was a guy who worked out there when I was there as well. So it was good to be able to be around them. I never got that opportunity to step on the NFL field, and I do miss out on that, but I don't really regret it because in that light, I've been everywhere. I've been IFL, XFL, CFL,
Yeah.
AAF, XFL again. Like there's been a lot. Now I'm in the AFL. I was in the NAL. I played so many places. It's been a blessing because I get to play with these young guys still and still show them like, hey, they still ain't got nothing on me. I ain't gonna say too much,
That's
but
right, man.
it's fun to be able to see these 24-year-olds, 25-year-olds come out and they be like, how are you? I'm like, don't let the baby face fool you. I still got some years in me. Like I took some time off, so I can still play with the
That's right,
best of
man.
you guys. So it's fun that way. Yeah.
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 So, what's your favorite stadium to play in? It could be college or pro career. Like it doesn't matter.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. So I'll say
Yeah.
the Army Navy games were huge. So they would take us to Philly or Baltimore, and I remember I think the game I liked the most was the one in Philadelphia. The Eagle Stadium was it was rocking. To see a sold out NFL stadium for a college game, like you don't get that often. Like college arenas, obviously, most of the time they're a lot bigger, but you don't get that fanfare. Like we had the presidents are there, vice president, secretary of state. We got flyovers. I'm going, dang. And they're talking like this was sold out a year ago. I'm like, man, like and you get to play in front of that crowd. That's a good feeling. And then, yeah, being in the Eagle Stadium, that was cool. Being able to do all that. And then I'd say for my pro career, which stadium I like. Honestly, when I was in the NAL and AFL, Jacksonville Sharks, man, I don't know what it is about Jacksonville, but their fans, man, they're fun. They understand the game, so it's more fun to be with the fans that are just not
Yeah.
like they're actually saying like,
Yeah.
yeah, you got beat on that. I was like, dang, like what you talking about? Like, don't talk to me like that. Like that's crazy. And you good fanfares, but I got a good relationship with them up there. Like nothing stupid or anything. But Jacksonville Sharks up in Jacksonville. I forgot the name of their arena, but I always love going up there playing with them. They're one of our rivals for Orlando, obviously, in-state rivals. So stuff like that, it's always been good. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, so what you enjoy the most about playing arena football? I know it's different from playing outdoor to
Oh,
indoor.
yeah. It's it's fast, super fast. Your flaws will be exposed quickly. I tell everybody, as a DB, from my perspective, it's glorified one-on-ones. Like you can kind of be in the coverage, but when it come down to it, when that man get to you, that's your man. You better stick to him. That's
Yeah.
it. He's flying downfield, and I play middle safety, so I get the high motion guys a lot. So I'm getting all these fast guys, they're rotating the fast guys. I'm going like,
Oh,
dang, you just took me on 5 straight posts and you got a new guy in there. See what this is about. But
yeah,
I accept the
they keep,
challenge. I love it. I love one
yeah,
on ones. I would
yeah.
say I'd say confidently I'm the best DB in arena, but some people may
All
dispute
right,
that. But I think my stats speak for myself, and when I do play, I think other coaches understand it too because they don't game plan for just anybody. So I'll say
all
that.
right.
So how many interceptions you have last season?
Last season I played, I believe I had seven,
That's good.
seven,
How
yeah.
many pick six?
Pick
Oh,
sixes, I had like five. In arena, I'm not gonna lie. If you get a pick, you better go score. Like I'm
yeah,
not
you
saying
gotta go,
everybody
man.
does it, but
Yeah,
I feel like if I get a pick, that offense can't tackle. So I'm gonna go score. And this is short field, and none of
Yeah.
them are running with me. I already the fast guy that they have to run with me. I just picked it off him. So good luck, everybody else. Yeah.
yeah,
Cool,
yeah,
man.
man. Hey, what was it like playing for the Green Bay Blizzards? You know,
Oh, that was a good
what it
experience.
was
That
like
was
playing for them.
my first Pro Bowl. So it was really fun up there. I learned a lot. I was coming from outdoor to indoor, and I remember being frustrated for the first week of practice. I was like, what is this like I'm
Yeah,
looking at routes and I'm going like that's not even a real route. How are they getting open on this? I'm like late to stuff. I'm like, it's not, they're not even running fast. How are they beating me to this? And I had to learn it's angles, it's a different game. Like you gotta be able to
yeah.
play. The vets taught me real early. And I remember I didn't play my first game. And my mom came up for the game and I was hot. She came all the way to Green Bay to come watch me. And the coach was like, they sat me. I'm in regular clothes. I was like, I've never done this like since Pop Warner. I play
Yeah,
every game. Like this ain't it. And I
yeah, man.
remember my position. He got hurt. He finished the game, but he got hurt in the game. And I remember they're all like, "You're starting next week." And I was like, I remember telling the guy. I felt bad after the fact, but I remember telling the guy, I was like, "You ain't getting that spot back." Was it the nice thing to say? Probably not, but I was right. I was right. He wasn't
Yeah,
happy about it. But I was
for
like, you ain't
sure.
getting that spot back. As soon as they put me on the field, they ain't taking me off. And I made sure that, and I remember the next game I had like 12 tackles, 3 knockdowns, and I remember going, yeah, nobody's taking this from
That's
me.
what's
Like
up.
I need this. Including
Yeah,
you can't make me look bad for my moms. So like you can't do that and expect
yeah,
I had to
man.
get my mindset
Yeah,
right for that. So Green Bay was fun. I learned a lot from Green Bay. I also learned there's nothing up there. They
yeah,
got
yeah,
it's
yeah,
football
man.
and like 2 streets. So they love their football. Green Bay Packers. They love the Blizzards. Their fans are gonna come out. And that was one of the first times I was like in a true football town, and it was a good experience. Like I remember I was in the houses that are across the street from stadium,
Hmm.
and like I'm looking like, dang, this is cool. This is real cool. But like being in a football town in Green Bay, that was a great experience. I was there for 1 year. I almost went back this year because Predators went down, but I decided to stay here, build my business. But you never know. You never know. We'll see what
Yeah,
next year holds.
yeah, man. I played at Green Bay with
Okay.
the Blizzards as well, man. So
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Ain't nothing around them,
Oh, there's
you
nothing,
know.
man.
You
I'm
know,
walking through snow just looking for something.
yeah.
Yeah.
You just thankful for the opportunity, yo. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? To go
definitely. That
travel
that
with
was
the
it.
team, go, you go to different things, Iowa and a
Yeah.
lot of different places up there, you know. So
Yeah. And
it was a
they
great
all
experience.
were
It's something I can just check off.
yeah, it was amazing to be around them because again, they love football up there. So if you're a player, they got a lot of respect for you. Obviously, if you're also showing respect, they don't take any crap. But like
Oh
it
no.
was fun being up there, getting to know the people. I was like, you guys are low key Canadians. I didn't know it was crazy up here like that. Like it's just, I think
Yeah.
we went through the first
Seriously.
like a wild blizzard. It was the worst blizzard of like 20 years, and I'm locked in the hotel for like a week and a half, going, what is this? Like I ain't never
Yeah,
felt this
man.
cold, and I was in New York in the cold, and Green Bay was catching me off guard. So
Yeah,
it was
man.
crazy. But again, like you said, being around professionals, like really guys who took their craft serious. It was fun to do that. And I remember one thing I learned in Green Bay is how serious it can be for everybody. And I had to remind myself to be
Mhm.
grateful for where I was at because a lot of people would kill to be in my position. Again, like it goes back to like I didn't get my opportunity in NFL, but I'm grateful that I'm still able to play. I know there's people my age that would die to be playing right now.
Yeah,
Die to be playing.
tell
Like
you,
just one
man.
more
Just to
time.
touch that
And
field.
I still have the opportunity to do it. So I take my work very seriously. I try to keep my body in the best shape so I can play as
Yeah,
long as I want to play, not just until I can't anymore. I want to play as long as I want to.
that's right.
And I still have that craving. I still have that want, that desire. So you'll see me in the gym every day. Yeah.
So let me
That's
ask
right.
you, on the off season. I mean, I know you went to Army, you got your degree.
Yeah.
You spent a lot of time in the AFL and playing in different leagues.
Yeah.
Um, have you invested in any other companies? Do you have any tech companies, real estate? What else do you do besides play football outside of on the off season?
In the off season, I run like my own LLC. I work through a gym. I'm technically an independent contractor, but I work through Rise Athletics. These last 3 years, I built a huge sports performance group within Orlando. I'm trying to take over Central Florida and be the premier sports performance coach here. I don't think we have a lot of that in Central Florida. I think we got a lot of specialty coaches for our sports as it comes to receiver, DB training. You can find a lot of that out there, and I applaud them too because that's not a simple task. But I think when it comes to sports performance, speed, quickness, agility, I'm the top of the game, and that's why I invest in myself by being in the gym and growing a very big clientele. I got about 40 kids now that come to me for 2 to 5 times a week, just getting the work in. We hold hour and a half to 2 hour classes, making sure they have everything. But I also have different endeavors where I'm getting into my financial services job, where I'll be trying to sell insurance and stuff like that, where I can also make more money for capital. And honestly, I'm just going to put that back into my sports performance business because that has also became my passion outside of football. Being able to give back to my community, give back to the kids, less fortunate, stuff like that. Being able to see their growth is fun for me too. And I tell kids all the time, I'm not here to make you better at your sport. I'm here to make you a better person, better athlete. In turn, if you're better at those two things, you're gonna be better at your sport. But I'm not here to make you better at your sport. If you're a better person when you leave this place, I succeeded. If you're a better athlete when you leave this place, I succeeded. Those are the things I want to be better for you. If you get great at your sport, that's a tip of the cap. That's something small compared to how much longer you can be a better person in this life. I tell kids all the time, this is limited. You can do all the right things, something bad could happen, you'll never play again. Don't take it for granted. Don't take it for granted at all. I'd rather you be a great person in life than be a great athlete. If you become a great athlete too, I'll be at the game. Every single one of your games. I'll be like, I've been coaching that man for 15 years, stuff like that. And I'm gonna be acting like, yeah, that that route right there. I made him run that. I made him run that. But in the end,
Yeah,
can I look at that person and them having a conversation off the field and somebody whisper outside, not even in earshot of them, and say, "Man, he's really well spoken. He's a good guy. He handles his stuff." That makes me more proud. And there's a
yeah,
few
most
kids I
definitely.
got in in my training now that I already can see like they're gonna be great at what they do already. But my job is to make sure they can sustain that greatness in their sport, but even be a better person. And I love that for them. Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff, man. I see you love the kids.
Yeah.
So, do you have a message for the youth?
Oh, I'll say again, don't take it for granted, but don't take anything for granted. Every day is an audition. And I'm not going to keep talking in quotes, but I will say this fall in love with the details, fall in love with the grit, the hurt, fall in love with all that. If you fall in love with the details, everything becomes so much easier. Fall in love with the process, the details. It's not going to come in one day. It's not going to come in 1 hour. You can only
Mhm.
get so much done. And to be honest, 99.9% of kids are not going to be that amazing at their sport. But I will tell you this, you keep putting work in, you can be great. You
Yep.
keep putting that work in every day, that 1%, you can be great.
That's right.
I know I'm a gifted athlete. I applaud my parents for that. They did their thing with that. But I
Right.
also know I wasn't blue chip, but I know I had the gifts to do it. I had to put the work in. And then in turn, I became a superb athlete. I think I jump out the gym. I can run with anybody, but it took work. It wasn't one of those I was just naturally gifted. It took a lot of time, a lot of patience, a lot of falling in love with the process and knowing I'm doing this today so I can be good in 10 years. I'm doing this today so I can be good next month. Even if I'm doing this today so I can be good tomorrow, I had to fall in love with doing it right then and not worrying about the future, not worrying about that. Fall in love with what you're doing right there, and I promise you it'll take you far.
All right. Any shout outs
Yeah,
before we head
for
out?
sure.
I'd like to thank anybody on their
Oh, yeah.
journey, on your journey, like parents, God, or
Yeah.
any teacher, professor, or coach.
Oh yeah, I like to shout out first off my parents. They put a lot into me. They instilled
Yeah,
uh, my ability to be confident, my ability to fall in love with my sports, my progress, my work ethic. I get that from Tracy and Herbert, my mom and dad. They killed it in that, and it took a lot. I was hard headed. I'm not gonna act like I was like just a goody two shoe. I was a straight and narrow kid. I focused on myself, but man, I had an attitude for no reason. I was always just angry, but I had to be able to channel that into other things and be able to find what I need to do. So I
yeah,
give them a lot of credit. But then my De La Salle coaches, I'll be seeing them soon in October for the Hall of Fame ceremony. Shout out to them, man, because still I was still immature,
word.
but they handled me. They handled me. They helped me figure out what I wanted to be. And I remember one coach saying like, "You can do all this, but don't you just want to be great and like focus?" And I was like, "You're right. I do need to just narrow in, figure out what I really want to do." And Coach Jeans, Coach Allenbaugh, Coach Edson, especially Coach Ward and Coach Harvey. Coach Ward was my track coach and my DB coach, so he was able to see me in both lights. And then Coach Harvey,
Yeah,
rest in peace, sis. So right now, he passed unexpectedly recently, but he was one of the first guys to like really challenge me and go like, how good do you want to be? You don't focus hard enough. And I remember going like, I'm focused. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I know what I want to get from this. And he was like, you don't even understand the level to it. And I remember just sitting with that for a long time. And it took until one of my senior years, not one of my senior year, my senior year where he like even told it in front of the team. He was like, you see how he works? That's how you're supposed to work. How he's been able to just show up, get his work done, get to work, not play around, do this. And I remember feeling real proud in that moment. And that was one of the one times where I was like, I can do this. I can do this every day. Be this person that he sees in me to make me a better person. So shout out to Coach Harvey, Coach Ward with that. And from there, all my coaches, truly, they have all played parts in being making me a better person. Not only a better athlete, but a better person. So shout out to all my coaches there, and again, my parents. Yeah.
All
for
right.
sure,
Well,
man. Do you know any other players like yourself, man, that would like to come on the Sports Shop
Yeah,
27
I got a
podcast?
few from the Predators. I think that would definitely like. I got a few rivals too. Maybe a Darius Prince. I can definitely get you in touch with Darius Prince. He has a great story too. College basketball player who ends up being I mean, he may go down as one of the best receivers all time in arena football. He don't do well against me, but don't tell him I said it, Like, well, you can tell him I said it. He ain't gonna do nothing.
Okay.
All right, but yeah, he's a great guy, and there's a few guys who I can definitely put you in touch with. But Darius Prince comes to mind. I think he'd be a great story to talk about navigating obstacles and finding what you really want to do in life. Yeah.
that's what's
Word,
up,
man.
man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you coming on the show, Joshua.
Yeah, man.
I
I'm straight.
appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Proud
Thank
of you,
you.
man.
You're
Yeah.
welcome to come back on anytime, man. When is
Yeah.
it start?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure when the next season start. They may be talking about switching leagues and stuff. I don't know what league they're going into. I know I've been chasing other goals. Bob said team trying to make Team USA. So
Yeah.
I've been doing my thing as they try to figure it out. Um, Always obstacles in the way. Keep moving. Keep
Yeah.
moving. So we'll see how I
Yeah.
got from that. I think I have a shot making a team, but again, I got to put the work in, and it's already been put in. I just got more to do.
All right.
That's
So
it.
we
All
appreciate you
right,
coming
man.
on the show, man.
Thank you guys.
And for
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
everybody
man. Appreciate
watching, we appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure y'all hit that notification button and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. It really means a lot to keep having guests coming on like Joshua to tell their story and still to be actively playing in their profession. All right. You guys know our motto. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. Until next
All right,
time.
man. Keep
Yes,
going.
sir. Yes, sir.
And we appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, Joshua. Great
Yeah.
show.
All
All
my
right,
kids
man.
who are watching this, we got workouts in the morning. Go to sleep. Yeah.
For sure, man. That's right.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you, man.
All
Thank
right.
you.
All right.